Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for passing by. I've got to tell you something very, very interesting today. It's about time, your lifetime, happy, healthy lifetime, and how to live your life in the best way to your very last end. I know this might not sound too interesting, but it will be in a minute. So let's get started. Why are you here today? Not because of the elephant, but what can you learn today? So, how to achieve a healthier, wealthier, and especially more energetic lifestyle. And energy is a important key to get done anything in your life, and especially the energy level. Then I want to introduce you to an extra source of income. Don't know many people who are not happy to learn about an extra income source, because you never know what can happen that one income source comes to an end. And another thing is, just how many times did we say in our life when we are not so young anymore, oh, I want to be back where I was 20, when I was 25 years old, but with the knowledge and the skills I have got now. When you are born, your life expectation is normally around about 100 to 120 years. When we are very young, we are powerful, we are healthy, and we are energetic, but our skills, our life experiences, and anything else like that are on a low level. Later on in our life, we are very skilled, very experienced, but the body doesn't want anymore like we want. And I will show you a way today, even if you are 60 or yesterday I saw a lady called Beate Sander on YouTube, and she is now in her early 80s, and she is an expert for shares, and she holds seminars about what to do with your money, how to invest your money, and how to invest your money in shares. And yeah, and this is an energetic woman, and I want to show you a way, whatever you do, that you still can do it in that high age. Because if you have a passion, you really love to do, you don't want to be stopped out by anything, and then you don't care if you're already 70 or 80. Actually, you are even more appreciated when you are in this higher age, isn't it? So today I will show you how to turn your age in just a number, and how to support 3 of your most loved ones, that they can lift up their health and their wealth and their lifestyle as well together with you, so that you can enjoy more quality lifetime together as long as it possible. I will also show you an interesting way how to support your sport team, your most favorite sport team, in a new and extraordinary way you haven't thought of yet. And it's all about it's also about the new dimension of anti-aging. Let me ask a question first. What is the most valuable good you can think of? Do you think it's an expensive house, or an expensive car, tons of money? Don't get me wrong, you need money, you need quite some money today to do your stuff, but think of effort something which is more valuable. Or do you think it's a good job? And elderlies, I already gave you a hint about it in my last slide, they wish to have more of it. What do you think we are talking about? Right, it's time. Time is the highest good you can ask for. Why is it like that? Because time is not repeatable, it's not refundable, and every single minute of your life that has gone by has gone forever. It sounds harsh, I know that, and every single minute that has gone by takes you closer to your very last day, which also sounds not so great, but this is the truth. That's how it is. And the thing is that everyone deserves to live a healthy and wealthy lifestyle until you're fully live the life to the fullest until your very last day. But look around how the reality looks like. How many people can really do that? Well, if you go to your local town center, if you look into your circle of friends, family, relatives, there are lots of people, most probably, who struggle when they get older. So, aside of the fact that prevention is better than curing, I will show you in this webinar how you can turn age in just a number. Well, some people say that age is just a number, but if you don't do anything for yourself, then you're just pretending and you try to hide pains. But today you learn a way how age is really just a number, and you don't have to pretend you don't have pains, because you don't have pains, and then you can still be active and energetic in your later life. And everyone deserves to live his and her passion. Sometimes we have a passion and we don't have the enough financials to do this. So today I will show you both. And I think this is something very important, because think how many people can't do that, and only because they're missing some information. So the best thing is actually get your neighbors, get the rest of your family to this computer or to your computer and make them listen to me as well. Well, as I said, everything shall be without distraction, body-wise and financially. And think, if you can really live your passion and you don't have to think of every single pound you can't use because you have got enough, think how productive you can be and what can your passion mean to other people. We need more people today who really live their passion. Right. Let me show my situation I was in, because I couldn't do this as well, living my passion. I was self-employed as a courier, and I worked more than 50 hours a week sometimes. Self-employed is great because you don't really have a boss, and driving around was not bad as well, because I saw lots of interesting places, but especially Fridays tend to be long, and I was drained out after 2 years, and I ran into an occupational burnout. So I had to look for a solution in order not to end up in the hospital or anything else, because I'm on my own. I don't have anybody who looks after me. So what did I do to change anything? Well, actually, there were a couple of chances in the past, but I was unable to take them because I simply missed out everything you need to have to do them. So my very first contact to the home business model was in 2002, and I saw people who really could show results, and I already sat next to a person who earned 100,000 Deutsche Mark back in 2002 every single month. And this was actually a nice man, but I couldn't cope with the business model. I didn't have anybody who trained me how to appear, how to approach people in the right way. I was left alone, and well, it took only 2 weeks, then I quit and went back to the normal job life. But this infected me in that way that I was angry about myself, that I failed, because I saw the way it could work, and I was just trying to find out, or trying to find a way how to get it working the next couple of years, because we are now in 2019. And one day in 2000, in the late 2017, I think it was, I found a woman on YouTube because the internet had took over in my life in the meantime. And I found Lisa Torres telling me, "You don't sell, you are a guide." That changed a lot for me. She said, "You don't sell, don't appear salesy or desperate like a seller. You are a guide. You have to take people's hand, guide them to the right side where they want to be." And this is, by the way, also the real task of a coach. So many people nowadays mix up coaching and mentoring, and these are actually two different things, and should not. But okay, this is a different issue. Then I found as well Benjamin Heine. Sadly, I forgot to be. I will change that until my next presentation. Benjamin Heine on YouTube. He was holding a team meeting, but it was set public. How to approach people in the right way, or how to approach people in the right way to introduce them to your business opportunity. And the way this young guy spoke there impressed me a lot. And I left a comment under his video telling him, "I'm from Germany originally. I moved to the UK and I work there as a courier, which means I drive to the country, and I got some experience as a self-employed. If this helps him." And he replied, and then he kept me bothering for a couple of weeks until I said yes. Actually, I was ready to do it. I just didn't have the starter money. Because after Lisa Torres made the click in my head, "You don't sell, but you're a guide," I suddenly saw, well, this could be the solution for the problems I had for so many years now. And while watching Benjamin Heine's video on YouTube, he was referring about a company called Kayani and a juice, blueberry juice. Will I become a juice seller? I said, I won't become a juice seller, but well, it happened. I became a juice seller. And before I completely dedicated myself to this new business idea or business as in general, I did some research about his company, and I am using Google since 2000, yeah, 19 years, almost 19 years now. And one of my biggest hobbies is to do researches about history. So I did some researches because I know how to research, and I will tell you a little bit what I found out. You might have seen about this cash flow quadrant. Well, this is comes actually from a guy, Robert Kiyosaki. If you have never heard of him, he is quite known in the financial and investor scene. And I read his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, back in 2007. So I did some education for myself uh, to learn. I simply didn't know still how to approach people in the right way, because I did not know that I shall not sell, that I shall try to provide help, or I shall appear helpful. And I made it from the E for the most time of my life to the S. Currently, I'm back to E, but I want to go to the B and I side. Here is the young gentleman we are talking about, Mr. Benjamin Heine from Vienna, and his story is quite interesting. He is now appearing quite smart and successful, what he is, but his start was opposite. And what I found out about his juice, before I talking about what I found out about the product, I still want to tell you that Mr. Benjamin Heine was 80,000 euros in debt once and couldn't buy food for his little daughter when he was introduced to this business model, and he was very, very much in need to do a change, because the next step would have been, well, the railway station and asking for money. And this is a very embarrassing situation. So either you change something or you get lost completely. He and also me decided I was also in a tricky situation, not as bad as he was, but I'm still not where I want to be. So I noticed this could be a interesting opportunity, but I want to know first a little bit more. And what was important about myself, I was trying to be positive. So if you want to continue this webinar, it's highly recommend that you don't look for something how it doesn't work and think too much negative. Be open-minded and think how you can support your people and your passion. And this is the best thing you can think of. And what I found out then is this blue little sachet and these fruits in the foreground. This well, it was obviously mainly about these blue fruits, and these blue fruits are Alaskan blueberries. And I will tell you something interesting about the Alaskan blueberry in a minute. Well, I already said the company Mr. Heine, Benjamin Heine, was talking about is called Kayani. But let's first talk about the problems this company wants to solve, and then I will tell you a bit about the company owner. So here in this four pictures, you actually get a clue what it is all about. Many people treat their health like, I don't want to say shit, but very badly. They have a lack of sleep. They eat fast food all the time, and they consume lots of pharmacy stuff, which cures badly and is not helpful at all. Because think of it's always better to prevent than to cure. Just think of it's better to keep a brand new car looking nice than getting an old car which is ready to scrap back to the condition when it left the factory. So this is all about getting you to an energy level the best you can imagine. And I'll tell you, because I am also a horticulturist. When I left the school, I learned to become a horticulturist, how to grow flowers, and I know how soils and farming grounds are treated. And I can tell you nowadays, supermarket food that looks nice, but the quality is rubbish. It's just all about how to make the fruits looking good because people buy with their eyes. They don't care if there are enough nutritions in. So the thing is, here you can see the left in the left picture how farming grounds are treated, and you still can see, even though there is a small growing number of people who think organic, if you go into the Cambridge area where lots of white farming grounds are, or yeah, and head over to Norwich, you still see farmers using chemicals because the sorts of fruits they grow, they need this, otherwise they wouldn't survive. So over the long by the yeah, over a longer time or on the long run, you intoxicate yourself. It doesn't matter if you eat this unhealthy food for a week or a few months, but if you do it for years, you will run into problems. And I tell you right now, most health problems are caused by lack of nutrition over a long time. The human body is not designed to die easily. We come into this world with lots of emergency programs, and most people run on emergency programs in order to survive somehow. But just think of if you get all the nutritions, all minerals, all vitamins you need for your day, and your body can simply work normal. So you don't run anymore in any emergency program. How cool would that be? That means you have all the energy you need for your day, all the energy you can do the life you want to do. You wake up in the morning, you jump out of the bed, and you're happy. You're simply happy. Or in my case, and other people who are overworked, imagine these people suddenly get um, loaded up with vitamins, with minerals, with all the nutrition they need. Kayani changed my body condition in less than a week. In less than a week. And I usually use it if I have something energy demanding ahead. But I will tell you more later. I will tell you in a minute why it's so great. If you are one of these people who get stuck on the M1 on the regular basis and you hate that, you don't want anymore park on England's biggest car park, if you are not anymore happy about being in your hamster wheel, well, continue to listen. I will show you a way how to go out of it in little steps, but sure steps. What I found out then was, because Benjamin told me about in his video, about two entrepreneur families. You see here the Hansen family, Jim Hansen, Kirk Hansen, and the Taylors. And they are very, very successful people, but they worked hard. They didn't get the money from previous generations. So the Hansens are very active in the oil industry, and they run lots of petrol stations like you see here in this picture. And the Taylors are the owner of Idaho Falls. And what I found out about the Taylors somewhere in the internet, in a text, it was saying that the Taylors had to buy the farm from their father, because usually I do have a brother-in-law who has a farm as well, and normally they just redirect their property to their children for free, just that they change the names, who is the company owner. But in this case, he had to buy the farm from his father, and the sense behind was, if you pay money for something, you take care of it, and you do the best not to run it into bankruptcy. So what we can say about them, these people, they have business experience for a long time, for decades. They never run any business into bankruptcy. And if you look around to many speakers in London, most of them have been in debt for sometimes in their life, but these people manage not to do so. Also, they always became the number one in the sector their business oh, excuse me, the business is in. So everything they want to they start becomes highly successful and makes them tons of money. And their wives, what I was told, they actually wanted to give something back to the people. They wanted to give back something of the people, because there's a certain time, even though people like us can't imagine yet, where you have got so much money, you want to give back something. And the guys, they only can think in business, and they found a way in terms of, they wanted to better people's lifestyle. They wanted to better people's health, because if you look around in your local town center, you see lots of people who obviously don't enjoy their life as much as they actually could. You simply see that if you are open-minded and if you keep your eyes open. So what they did, or what they started, was they wanted to create the best possible product which is on the market in terms of cell generation, or in other words, anti-aging, and later on skincare as well. And in 2005, they started the research and tried to pick the best scientists in terms of cell generation, regeneration, and skincare. And the head of the scientific advisory board you see here in these pictures. I don't want to bother you too much with names, but they are really good people who try to develop the best product you can find. And what came out was the triangle of health, and a couple of years later, the fluoresce system, which is skincare. And the sense is the true beauty, real beauty, comes from inside and from outside. And the sense is to give people all nutritions, all minerals, all vitamins naturally from the nature, and nothing from created in any laboratory you normally can buy in Tesco, Sainsbury, or Morrison. And also the same for the skincare, where you literally get skin quality of the time when you were a younger person, with much less wrinkles or almost no wrinkles. And imagine if your body, every single body cell regenerate itself on a level when you were 25, you have a power you might not know anymore, and a body feeling you haven't had for years. And this is what they wanted to change, because they know that people are much more productive if they really can do what they wanted to do. So let's start with Kayani Sunrise. I ordered some after I decided to start, and let's just go through what it does. This little package here with the fruits in here, surrounded by it, this is already very powerful. The top of all is the blueberry, Alaskan blueberry. The Alaskan blueberry in Alaska, you can imagine how the climate, how the weather conditions are there. So if you are a plant and you want to survive there in the harsh environment, most of the time it's very cold there. Summers are short and the weather change even in the summer all the time. You need to develop ingredients to survive. You don't want to freeze or die by frozen or anything like that. And the ingredients, they also help us. And only, well, what you can see here help to boost energy, maintains heart and cognitive function, normally blood sugar level, increase cellular support. This is something you don't get anywhere else. And I'll tell you in a minute, or let's tell her about now the advisory board, the scientific advisory board I introduced you 1 minute ago. They found and developed all this based on Nobel Prize awarded science, because in 1998 there was the Nobel Prize for Medicine given to a man called Mr. Forgot, and he found something interesting facts about the molecule of life, the nitric oxide. I will tell you about you in a minute, but let's just go on here for a minute. The little blue sachet I have shown you before, it comes with this fruits, this superfoods, and some additional vitamins. So these are the 16 superfruits and superfruits. And let me introduce you, or let us talk about what these fruits do for you, every single one. And if you thought 1 minute ago, oh, it's just about blueberries, I can go to Tesco and buy some blueberry juice or blueberries there. Well, these are the ordinary blueberries coming from farms, and they are treated, like I have shown you before, on well, they are treated with some toxins. Otherwise, the birds would eat all of them, and you wouldn't earn anything. The wild Alaskan blueberry really comes from the wild, from the harsh environment, and does jobs the regular one cannot do for you. And I just want to pick 6 fruit out of this collection, and just to name some benefits they do for you. And by the way, some of these fruits, like the mangosteen and aloe vera, they aloe vera is an own business, a business on its own for a long time, for decades. Here, you get the benefits of all these fruit, not just aloe vera. And this is such a great thing. It really boosts your body. So, but let's talk first about the benefits it does. So, like Alaskan blueberry, it cares for a high level, or it comes with a high level of antioxidants. It cares or supports cardiovascular disease. It cares if or it supports diabetes in a way that the diabetes problems decrease. Then it comes with some anti-cancer properties, and especially breast or even prostate. So if you live in the London area, um, some of the billboards have shown a man and advertising, you shall go for shall go to your doctor and try to find out if you are over 40 and if you suffer of prostate cancer. Forget all this funny stuff, you get it here and better. And as I said, prevention is better than curing. It also it also increases the inflammation. Talk about mangosteen. Mangosteen comes also with anti-cancer properties. It does skincare, and it also supports anti-inflammation and anti-fungal. So if you have problems with fungi anywhere, well, this is a great thing, and comes from the nature, not from any human laboratory. It also controls the diabetes. It protects the health of your heart, and has also some weight loss properties. But we are not talking today about a weight loss, about any weight loss tool. This is just a side effect. Then let's go over to the amla berries. The amla berries, so that comes in the amla berries. They support your eyes and your eyesight. It hydrates the body, and makes sure that all toxic stuff can taken out of your body. It supports a healthy appetite. It slows down the aging. It also looks after your heart and diabetes as well, and supports a healthy metabolism. Then let's go over to a fruit or a plant I didn't know before. Actually, this is ashwagandha, and if I take it by the name, I guess it's somewhere from India. And by the way, if you think you can buy all of this in the supermarket, well, you can only buy every single one, but not together. So this product saves you a long walk to different countries and to different supermarket departments. Anyway, so the ashwagandha, it's an old ancient medicinal herb. It reduces blood sugar level, It also comes with anti-cancer properties, and it reduces stress and anxiety. And I saw already colleagues using the product, the triangle of health, and they said they were very anxious and they got results in being more relaxed now, and they don't need to use anymore their pharmacy product. It also reduces symptoms of depressions, and it increases muscle mass and strength and improves the brain function and the memory. And this is, I think, also a good news. Let's talk about the ginseng. Even though ginseng is a little bit more known, it supports the brain function and also provides results to Alzheimer patients. It also comes with anti-cancer properties. And if you are a man, you're not in your best years anymore, it helps you in certain body parts as well, so that you can please your partner as you could do in your younger years. And it also helps against tiredness and generally increases your energy level. And let me talk as number 6 to I don't want to do this for too long. Let's talk about the acai berries, because the acai berries are very, very interesting as well. It promotes the health of your heart. It stops bad cell proliferation. It also supports a bit the weight loss. It supports your health of your skin. It improves the cellular health. So we go back to every single body cell of your body, because your body is made by a collection of cells, and every single one is important normally. So anti-aging effects, it boosts your energy, the libido as well, and improves the mental function. And I still want to add as number 7 the grape seed oil. Actually, nowadays grapes come without seed, but because people don't like seeds in the mouth. But originally, the seed or the oil in the seed has also anti-cancer properties, because there is something in there which is called tocotrienol. And tocotrienol is the best, or is mostly hated by cancer cells. So I think only by naming six of 20 fruits, this is already enough that you see, wow, wow. So if you intake your little sachet in the morning, right after bedtime, you are protected for the rest of the day with everything your body needs. And in my case, I didn't have so much need anymore to go through the veggie veggie and fruit department in the supermarket, because my body simply didn't crave for it. Um, and I still have enough power, and I didn't miss anything. Ah, here is once again the Nobel Prize for Medicine, which was used to develop this interesting fruits combination. Let us now talk a little bit about the nitric oxide, what it does to the body, and it simply widens your arteries, for example, so that blood flows better through your body, and this is really important. Then here are some other benefits the nitric oxide provides to you, which is actually the top of the game. And if you intake a couple of drops, you feel a change almost immediately, but certainly within seconds. And the most important thing is this, because it actually supports the energy exchange between your body cells. If you go through the internet or outside, when you see people overweighted, it's not always the case that they eat too much. Yeah, there are people they eat all day, but some people, you heard saying, some people just need to see a steak and they already gain weight. And the one reason of them might be their body cannot really turn the food into energy, and a dysfunction of nitric oxide production or a low function level could be one of these reasons. So here, that's why it's understandable. It promotes and increase the energy, encourage the blood flow. It meant this is not, well, this might be important, but maybe not so. But for me, the most important is supports proper nutrition, and as I said, the exchange of energy between your body cells. And yeah, so that's it. And it's highly recommended to take it 3-4 times a day. I usually intake it if I have something important ahead. Recently, I joined the model casting of a friend. I volunteered a little bit, did some work for him, and before I arrived in London to help him, I came home from a night shift. I work nights still in a warehouse, in a local warehouse, and I didn't go to bed, didn't go to sleep. All I did got was a coffee, and on the way to London and over the daytime, I intook some drops of nitric oxide, and I felt happy, healthy, and awake until 5-ish, 6 o'clock-ish. So I was able to be awake for more than 24 hours. I could never ever have done this without Kayani. So if you have anything extremely to do in your life, the nitric extreme is the best supporter I ever heard of and ever tested. Of course, you still need to sleep, but as I said, if something very important is going on, like if you are a speaker, a world-class speaker, for example, or if you have appointments all over the country and need to travel a lot, or even intercontinental, this is the solution to be awake, to be more awake and less to deal with any jet lag. Then we still got the Cayenne sunset out of the triangle, I found out. And yeah, here you also see saying tocotrienol. I already said it's most hated by cancer cells. Another side effect, or very important side effect, is sunset, as the name says, is to be intaken before bedtime. So if let's say you come out of the bathroom, you did your night stuff, and before you sleep, you intake 3 capsules of Kayani Sunset, and while you sleep, this Kayani Sunset will refresh every single body cell. I also heard lots of people saying they didn't have to go to the toilet during the night time. Some people sleep an hour, 2 or maybe 3, and then they feel a strong and urgent need to see the toilet. But with Kayani Sunset, many times it doesn't happen. So you can sleep straight your 7 or 8 hours, or how many hours of sleep you normally need, and that makes you waking up in the morning and you feel how the body boots up like your Windows in seconds, and then really in seconds, and that makes you jumping out of your bed, and you have the energy, to do your stuff you actually wanted to do, because you don't want to get up and push you out of the bed, and you actually still want to sleep. And think of how many people actually have sleep problems who can't sleep, or yeah. So this is the best function of Kalyani Sunset. I don't want to go too much into the details in this webinar because I can't speak for 2 hours. So that's that picture. Finally, might need to try it out. Let's also talk about the skincare, because I said the Hansons and Tylers, they developed products in the skincare and in the nutrition, because nutrition is important, but skincare is a big market as well. And as you already heard about the triangle, everything is natural and based on natural, and your body can actually absorb it, which is not always the case with vitamins you get for £2 in Tesco or in the £1 shop. Here you see a number of things. They are in conventional skincares, but none of them you actually want to see on your skin. The Kayani skincare system is even vegan. You could eat what comes in these little bottles. Of course, no one eats skincare, but isn't it great to know what you can eat, or what you could eat, you can put on your skin as well. So here you see a number of ingredients they were put into the skincare, and this little apple here is a very important one. It comes from the sort of apple, the kind of apple. It comes from a rare sort of apple from Switzerland. And the very special about this apple is it keeps its skin nice, clean, and without wrinkles for a long time. And this property got the awareness of the and excuse me, of the science advertising board, and they extracted what keeps this apple nice and clean for a long time, and they added into this serum, and this actually supports then the growth of your stem cells, also on a level when you were younger. So we are talking about a true body refreshment and a high-tech anti-aging, and I am proud to say this is the best tool for anti-aging you find on the market at the moment, because it covers almost any aspect of your body that needs to be covered, and is not just in certain areas and other places are forgotten. And here you see two examples what happened. It says 30 days difference. I tried to see them, but I already, after 1 week, I already felt a very different feeling in my face. I felt fresh. Many people have tired eyes, or it hurts, or little pains, or it not really pain, but it's itchy or something, and this completely disappeared. And you meet people with a very differently, with a better confidence, if you feel more energetic, if you feel more fresh in your face, also in your later life. And I think this is such a great gift. And if you are in the public as a speaker, or you have to, yeah, if you speak in front of audiences by doing presentation or whatever, I think the appearance a fresh, energetic appearance does a lot for you. And I think latest when we are here, well, let's try it. That's all we can say at the moment, isn't it? And the skincare comes with 5 different components. There's a night cream, the day cream, serum, the cleanser, and the eye cream. The top of the game, from my point of view, is the serum, because it causes what you saw in the previous slide, and everything is completely based on natural ingredients. So we only got 2 product lines, or yeah, 2 product lines. It's the nutrition part, the triangle of health, and the skincare, nothing else. So you don't have to give to point out of a catalog with hundreds or even more different products. There is only the skincare and the triangle of health, and both are very, very powerful. And the reason I can say that is because almost 1 year ago, I was on a company event in Frankfurt, in Germany, and in the afternoon there was an introduction of people who already use Kayani for a longer time, and some people had to go on stage to speak about their experiences. And the most impressive lady I heard speaking was a woman who experienced two strokes. And if you one stroke already can knock you out for the rest of your life, and two strokes are even worse. But this woman was standing on stage talking into the microphone, and if you didn't know she had this very bad health problem some time ago, you wouldn't believe it. And that was the point of the time when I looked in my hand holding this little sachet and thinking, wow, what is it I'm holding in my hand? And that's why I opened this webinar in the beginning and asking you about time. Of course, there were other people as well. Some talked about cancer problems, and they got results with Kayani. And the doctor couldn't find any cancer in the body after using this product for 2, 3, 4 weeks something. And yeah, you can actually say these people got their life back, and they got an extension of time, because without Kayani they either would sit in the wheelchair, were depend on care, would wait in an old people's home for the very last day. And if this is not the case, if you get your life back, if you can go back to your passion, if you can go back to traveling, if you can take part of your grandchildren's life or children's life or whatever your life situation is, isn't this the best thing that can happen to you? So don't give up yourself. Don't say you are too old. You are not too old for anything if you don't want to. Of course, this kind of care is not for free. I tell you right now, we are talking about a highly engineered product where lots of science is behind, but it changed lives. And if you don't believe me, I will introduce you, or I will try to get interviews with people who already made experiences. But you can also go on YouTube and enter certain diseases and simply add Kayani, the name Kayani behind. You will find awesome testimonials. So this is what I think um, is so great about it. Plus the fact that there are entrepreneurs behind who are safe. So if you want a safe house with a great earning possible opportunities we're talking about shortly, this is your place. And I said also in the introduction, this is a new dimension or a new way to support your sports team. And there is a thing called Kölner Liste. What's Kölner Liste? Well, Kölner Liste is a institution in Germany, and their daily job is to prove anything sports people, professional sports people intake to perform better than they would do without. And well, it's not a secret that lots of stuff is illegal. It might have helped, but it's illegal and bad for the body. And now I'll show you something. If you I actually turn everything for you in English because this is an English presentation. And here you see Germany, Kayani Germany GmbH, because Kayani firms in this way for Germany. All Kayani products are listed here. The Sunrise, Sunset, Nitro Extreme. So you can intake this product to perform better. And there are already people who do that. The most famous person, or the best person which just comes into my mind at the moment, is Jesper Stechmann, I think his name is, and he is a free diver, and Kayani actually made him to do the performance he can do. Without this product, he would never came as deep as he is at the moment. So, and here in this screen, you see without objection in 2015, 16, 17, 18, well, 19 is coming up next year or later this year, most probably. So you can use Kayani to support your sport, to support your performance, and there will be a performance, because I often got the need to do something without doing lots of training. Lots of people go to the gym and work out themselves that they almost die without filling the right fuel into their body. You need to put the right fuel into your body. Treat it like an AMG, where you don't fill the worst petrol you can find, but the Super Plus. So this here is Super Plus for your AMG body, if you want to put it like that. And that's why I say here, ending the first chapter, sharing is caring. If you care for your loved ones, share this information I told you about, and make them doing the same experience. And if you make them the same experience like you, there's a great chance for you to earn something as well. This is the stuff I got when I ordered Kayani's very first time, and here you see the 7 days tester pack. You can give this to your best friends and make it to try for 1 week. And the Kayani product is designed that you feel results within days. In order to have a good business or business opportunity, you need a product that works and a company that is safe. Both requirements are fulfilled, and I felt actually a change after day number 4, but I wasn't really sure after day number 5. I had to ask my new colleagues, and they confirmed, yes, that's the effect of Kayani. I literally felt like I came back from a 2 weeks beach holiday, even though I didn't have a holiday for almost 2 years when I found Kayani and worked 2 years. So if you know any person who is overworked, who is into a burnout, you can change this person's life within a week. Give this person the power to change the situation he or she is in. Don't make her suffering, because the burnout also can lead into depression. And I explained to you earlier that some of the ingredients are also support the symptoms or decrease the symptoms of depressions. So this is one of my mission, to make people aware that they should stop suffering. Good. Let's talk now about the business opportunity. What would be the task in order to earn money? Well, very simple, very easy. Use the product by yourself, get experience with it, and feel and explore the change it does to your body, and feel the increase of energy in your body, in your daily life. And all you have to do is find new customers and find new business partners. That's it. Only find new customers and find new business partners. You don't have to store anything at home except what you use by yourself. You have nothing to do with the logistic part. So you don't have to store, if you don't have to store anything at home and have to go to the post office all the time, because the company does this part for you. That means you can actually go on traveling. So if you know people who live in an RV or who are on camping sites or simply travel all the time, that energy to enjoy the hobby for much longer. You give them the money to enjoy the hobby for much longer because they can pay the vehicle or can buy a better vehicle actually. And if you don't have to store anything in your vehicle, it doesn't really care. So this is also a great market. So all I can say then is be the product of your product, and people will see and feel if you, because you appear differently. Find new customers, find new business partners. That's it. And you may now get an idea. Is this like direct selling? Well, it is kind of. And what is very interesting is that of the whole turnover the company does every single year, 52% goes to us. The minority of the income of the company's income goes into the science, because the products need to be improved all the time. The production, the logistics, the management, and the product certification. There are currently 65 countries where you can start a business with. Then there is a customer support. You don't have to do anything with the customer support. This is also done for you. The payment and the commission is done for you. The marketing tools need to be developed. There is a great marketing tool I will show you a bit later. Their offices, employees, warehouses, products, an online shop, mobile app, and so on. This is covered by the 47%, and the rest is given to people who find new customers, find new business partners. And you will now say, huh? Why? Why can't they do it in a normal shop? Well, normally you have the manufacturer, then there comes the wholesaler, then the wholesaler sells the stuff to the retailer, then it goes to you have to pay employees and a supermarket or whatever, and storage and everything. This costs all money, and you have to pay for advertising, and this is all not needed if you if the manufacturer has franchise partner like us who find customers. This is the straight way. And I even get supported by well-known people like Mr. Grant Cardone. He is quite known in the English-speaking financial scene. He supported me without knowing me in a way, saying the products you can buy in supermarkets, they are just average. They are just average. They're not good. The really good products you can only buy from people like me, and these products normally really help. And isn't it the best thing you can give to people? More healthy, happy lifetime. Like I said, in that way. I'll show you in a minute. So the normal distribution way is not happening for Kayani. We go straight from the manufacturer actually straight to the customer, because the franchise partner only gets products he or she uses. So if you are my new customer or my new partner, if you order anything from Kayan, it comes straight to you, not to me. And this is also a good way to keep things as simple as possible, but they should be. Good. Let's see further. So how can you earn money through Kayani? Well, as I said before, all we have to do is to find new customers and find new business partner. And all you have to do is to find 3 people, 3 business partner to work with them. and to help them to become successful. As soon as you found three people, the three best people, you think about the three best people you want to work with, and you want to see them successful, help them to find their three people. And now you want to ask, is this a pyramid scheme or scam? And you might sound a bit angry, I don't know. And I say, no, this is not a pyramid scheme. First of all, there is a real product to be sold. This is not just redirection of money. There is a real product which provides a real value to people, which is which people use and reorder all the time. There is an auto ship function that makes sure there is always a turnover. And every single day, there are new people who turn into 18 and who are fully able to take part of the business life. And ask yourself, are schools, churches, and traditional companies, are they not pyramid schemes? Just think of any big company like, I don't know, Microsoft, Canon, or Royal, or the church. Do you think the simple people, like the post people, the postman, do you think they can tell the management, the higher management, what it has to do? I think normally the higher management earns more than the postmen do. And yeah, this is a real example for a pyramid scheme. In our case, it's different because we need to help our partners in order to earn. If we don't support our partner, we don't earn anything. And this is the way normally companies should work. Right, here you can see if you're interested if you're one of those people who are interested in career steps. Well, I find this interesting, but I not too much interested because I more interested to see people succeeding, and I want to see them happy. Here are some numbers or examples what you can earn. There are several bonuses, and there is also a dream car program if you want that. And of course, everything is just how much you want to actually put effort into. I don't want to talk too much about this because I don't want to confuse you too much. But another question, how much does it take to get started? This could be an interesting question for you. And if you're already in the business somewhere else, I don't tell you anything new, but some people might not be so firm with it. So I show you an example how much it takes to open a McDonald's. And there was a McDonald's opened recently next door to me almost. And I found out it takes about 400,000 up to 800,000 to get your first cheeseburger sold. And well, Subway is a little bit cheaper, but it also takes up to a six-figure until you can sell your first sandwich. And another problem is usually McDonald's and Subways, they really depend on local people or people who just pass by accidentally. If you have a McDonald's in I don't know, anywhere on your high street, you can't sell your burgers 500 miles away or even 1,000 miles away. But Kayani allows you to do business with people all over the world in all countries who are currently certified and who allow to import Kayani products. If you think of the numbers I have shown you just 1 second ago here, just think of the membership fee. This is nothing compared you want to pay to McDonald's. 38 pounds or almost 40 pounds to have a lifetime membership. And in addition, you go for your very first package. It depends on how much you want to get involved. If the highest one is just 1,000, It sounds expensive, and I said, but I show you before, it's a high-end product. There is lots of development in there. So, and the highest entry £1,000 means that you get some tools on hand, and also uh, packages you can already give you three best or three most loved ones for them to try out. The medium and the lowest entry price is listed here as well, and especially in the UK, we pay everything in 2 weeks payments because the UK still knows the weekly payment. You get permission to start your business in 65 countries from the very first day, and also the permission to use the Kayani Pro app, which comes in 23 languages. And of course, the use of the Kayani logistics system. And I say 23 languages. How many people live only in London who speak English as a second language? So you can show them about Kayani in their language most of the time. This is how your starter pack can look like depending where you're focusing on. I highly recommend first to start the triangle of health because you feel a result within days. But if you are in the beauty industry, of course, maybe the skincare is interesting for you as well. But I recommend to look after both because um, you want to cover both the inside and the outside. As I said before, the true beauty comes from inside and the outside, and of course, the person who controls this body. There are lots of support. It's a dream car program. There are events all over the place. You get supported. That you're not left alone. And this is how events can look like. And the handsome family really wants to do a change and an impact to this world. Here you see how a Kayani meeting can look like. This is not a showroom for cars. These are old Kayani cars, and I think this is a good motivation. The only requirement is if you get a car from them, it must be white. But I think this is okay. And there's another great thing. But if you are still a small business owner, or if you are into charity and some sort of stuff, charity can only be done if you already have achieved a certain level of income. And what the Hansons and the Taylors do is they support children and they build schools in third world countries, and they also develop potato packs, and the potato packs are enriched with certain vitamins to give people, or especially children, one meal a day that helps them to grow their body. And this is what you can do for other people. But in addition to that, the company owner, as I said, literally builds schools by using their own hands. You can find it on YouTube. Just enter Kayani Charity Mexico or Kayani Charity Philippines, where Kirk Hansen was happy to use his own hands to build up a school stone by stone. And think of how many CEOs really still go out there doing handy stuff like your like your man with the van. And this is something which is great, that must be supported from my point of view. So if you said, oh, I think it's latest here, everyone should say wow. And think of, all you need is the £40 starter fee. Maybe even this is already enough if you don't want to get too much involved. But share my webinar, or make me making webinars for your friends. This is the best thing you can do for us. I can't cover all aspects, or if you want to check out more, yeah, after the webinar, go to your online, go to your app store, Google App Store or Apple App Store, whatever you have there. Go for the Kayani Pro app, download and install the app. The app. This is not such a big thing anymore, because all you can do is to pick the app and press the install button. After the installation, you come one of two this screens. Go on guests, and then choose your country, choose your language, and then enter referral code Carsten, my name, Karsten. Inside of the app, you find videos about the products and about the opportunity, and also a short speech of Kirk Hansen to learn more about his thinking, about his philosophy. What else do you need to get started? What you do at the moment is not important, as long as you're willing to do the necessary work. If you don't have so much time, simply tell other people, or you find something great if they do have time for some information. Most thing is be a good listener. Don't be shy to ask questions, and be a helpful person who love to take anyone's hand to be the guide to the better. So if you're already passionate about helping people, or if your current business or your current job already involves helping people, you already have the best tools you need in order to get successful with this business opportunity. So what's the next step? Make a screenshot or a picture of this screen and get in touch with me, and let's talk how to get started. I will have a personal talk with you to find out more about you, what your expectations are, what the life situation you are in, and what's the best way to support you, and especially your friends, because this information is actually meant that you can train and teach your friends to be around with you for much longer. Okay, that's it for the moment. If you still have questions, you will also find some details in the video's description. Thank you so far, and thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. And if you didn't understand everything, I will hold another webinar shortly, or simply reply this video. Thank you so much, and bye for now.